On the players? Okay. This, just a heck of a win. A lot of character, Barrow guys and their guys. Hard game. Mason Jones was ridiculous. God, is he good. I mean, I got a lot of respect for that young man. For us to come into this building, one of the hardest buildings in the country to win in year after year after year after year because of the players, the coaching, the fans, to have the courage to figure out a way to get our 5th high major road win of the year. I think it speaks a lot about our kids and the kind of guys that we got and the growth that we've shown as a team. And really, really proud of our guys. Bad thing is we still got 11 more to play, so I'll be depressed by tomorrow morning. But we're going to enjoy this right now.
Frank, your all's defense on the last possession, you made Joe take a pretty tough shot. I guess that was Lawson. And who was that was denying Jones the ball? How good was your defense there at the end?
Absolutely. Trey Hannibal, I've been begging all year when we're struggling to defend a real good guard to get somebody to say, I got him. That young man said, first time all year, a guard says, don't switch, put me on him. And I said, you got him. And Trey did an unbelievable job of defending that action that they ran to get him the ball in the middle of the floor. So then they had to go to Joe and then give A.J. Lawson a lot of credit. He was disciplined. He didn't jump at the shot fake. I thought A.J. played his most complete basketball game of the year for us today. He was really good defensively. He had a bounce to him. He had just an aggressiveness to how he played today. But those two, all 5 guys were connected in our, we call it Fist 5, which is our switching man-to-man and trying to gap everything. They were all connected in what we did. And give those guys credit. Because those 4 of those 5 guys on the floor are really, really hard to guard.
Frank, you've been begging for courage from your team all year. When did you sense that you had that tonight?
It's been coming. I forgot to ask Muss. Our team was distraught with the Kobe Bryant news. Our practice on Monday was really bad. And it wasn't bad from a negativity standpoint. It was bad from just like a hollow emotion. And I couldn't figure it out. And I got home, and my son called me Monday night, and he was distraught with the whole Kobe situation. And so my son's in college, so I connected A and B. When I came in the next day, I asked our players, I said, were you guys bad yesterday because of the whole Kobe situation? And they were all like, yes, absolutely. And then we had a great practice yesterday. This team's learning how to practice. They're learning how to not get tied emotionally to the previous day, which in life, you want to succeed. If you deal with today with emotions tied to yesterday, you got no chance. And we've grown up a lot. It's been coming. It's been coming. I hope this win continues to build that team, our team's excitement and enthusiasm for continuing to get better.
Every time Arkansas seemed like they got within one possession,
Yeah.
you guys were able to even run
Yeah.
on them on makes. Is that something you saw in film? Kentucky did that, or is that just something y'all do regularly?
No, that's what we do. For whatever reason, there's this false narrative out there that I like to play slow, and it's the biggest phallus in the history of mankind. What I do is if you get out of the way defensively, I take you out of the game. So we don't get out of the way defensively. Maybe that's why we foul too much. Maybe we need to get out of the way a couple times. But the best time I can't stand trying to score on set defense because it's really hard. And the best time to run on people is on made shots. Because made shots, teams usually relax for that quick second. So if you can get that ball in bounds and go, it gives you an opportunity. We practice that a lot.
30 seconds into the second half, Isaiah Joe hits a 3. His next bucket comes with less than 2 minutes on the clock. What did you guys do to kind of take him out of the game a little bit?
Yeah, we had 2 keys coming into the game. Number one was Mason Jones off the bounce. We got to keep him out of the paint without fouling. We obviously did a really good job with that one. And then the other one was, don't give Joe any threes. AJ was assigned to Joe. That's why I said AJ had the best game he's had for us this year. I thought he was very disciplined defensively with guarding Joe. He made that three early in the first half on a bad switch, just a bad switch. I don't know why we switched, but we did early in the second half, I'm talking about. And then he made, in the first half, we went zone, and my one big guy decided that he didn't feel like covering Joe, who scouting report says don't let him shoot a three. But he's a kid, so he made a mistake. And I give Joe credit. I think we lost him 4 times. I think he made 3 of the 4 times we lost him. The other times I thought we were there on the catch. Kotsar was late on a rotation, late in the game. We made a 3 to go up 6, and Mike gave up 2 of the threes, both being late. You can't do that. You got to get Joe off the line. And I thought AJ played really, really well on him.
Your bench was big. I guess that was a career high for Hannibal, and Bolden had a good game. How big was your bench? And then you guys seem to have an answer every time, they made a run back at you.
Yeah, we needed them because we didn't get a very good game from Keyshawn Bryant today. We didn't get a very good game from Jermaine Cousinard today. So, those 2 guys have been the courage that's given our team a chance to get better. And neither one of them played really well today. And I think it was more Arkansas than it was them. I thought they were ready to go. Arkansas just kind of went at them, and they both got frustrated. But that's been, I think, a strength of, outside of last year, and I think it was my second year, where we were down to 7 guys. I've always believed in playing a lot of guys because of the way we play defensively. It's taxing on players because we believe in running. It's taxing on players. And lastly, we recruit these kids. I want them to play. So we ask them to do their jobs, and if they do, I got to figure out a way to get them in the game. So playing fast and aggressive creates opportunities for more guys to play. I learned that from my high school coach in 1981 when I was in high school. I coached that way with him starting in 1985, and I've never changed. It's what I believe in.
And Arkansas never could get the lead. You guys were always Arkansas never could get the lead. You guys were always able to, hold them off. How big was that you always seem to have an answer?
That's the one thing I was so proud of our guys, and we did it without making free throws or threes. We had opportunities in the second half with free throws and wide open threes to kind of pop the lead a little bit, and we couldn't put 2 or 3 in a row. But we continued to scrap and fight and made enough plays offensively to every time they go 9-point game, 3-point game, 6-point game, 2-point game, 7-point game, and every time they closed, we were able to answer until the last minute and a half, and then how about we can't get the ball across the half court line? But as good as Trey was, he showed a freshman moment there. He forgot that he's got 10 seconds across the line, and then Jermaine's got to catch that ball. But at the end of the day, outside of that mistake, I thought we did a tremendous job at answering every one of their runs.
Last question,
What made you want to put Lawson on Joe? AJ struggled some defensively this year, and then was it an in-game call that made you want to keep Trey in there as much as you did in the second half, just by the way he was playing, or was there matchup things that went into it?
Yeah, I just thought Trey asked for Trey's been practicing a lot better. And our last game out against, who was it, Vanderbilt, I thought he played the best game he's played for us. So he's earning the right to get on the court. And, and we've got a bunch of other guards that are older than him that have just beat him out early. And he stayed the course, so he's earning the right to get on the floor. But going into the game, because of AJ's length and his quickness, we thought it can neutralize Joe to a certain extent. And the fact that, Joe really doesn't play a lot off the bounce. He's more running off stagger screens and depending on Mason Jones' dribble drive kicks, that kind of offensive rebounds out. We just thought AJ would be a good matchup there. And that's the decision we made. And, he made us look intelligent, which is a credit to him. And, but when you're guarding Joe, it makes your gaps bigger. And now it allows Mason Jones to get downhill. We got to clean up our on-ball defense and obviously the plays at the rim. I thought Mike, Wildens, for the most part, they didn't play very good at the rim. You know, and that's something we got to get, like, I'm talking about blocking shots, taking charges, going vertical. I thought we fouled too much in those plays on the rim. But then again, Mason Jones wasn't having it, and that's as good a performance as I've coached against in a long time.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.